away now.
As you wish.
Just sails up.
Shit! Brace for impact!
Take cover!
Waking about. Move on. Stay on it. Fight, you curse! Think of the treasure! The gold!
Brace for impact!
Right away!
Are you men or sheep?
Cannonball! Coming in!
Mind your old fucking business.
Ah!
A nice figurehead for...
I'll take
your...
Guess you need your book.
Cheap prices, quality goods right here.
Para bailar la bamba. Para bailar la bamba.
Hey.
Se necesita una
Raven,
Ray.
I know what Mr. Avery told you.
So how long have you been working for Avery?
Mr.
All right.
Christopher, so good to see you safe. There have been rumors of the most vicious buccaneer attacks recently. 2 ships were plundered and sunk by the miscreants. Frightful business.
Imagine that.
How fortunate that the few survivors have been able to tell the authorities whom to blame. Kensington really should choose his hired hands better, don't you think?
He better not. Unless that's the next part of your plan.
No, not this time. There is a different step ahead of us now. I need you to find another man, Christopher.
Another accident?
Not this time. This man's position is too high for him to fall unnoticed.
Sounds like the perfect time for a fall, if you ask me.
No, there will be too much noise, and his position makes him more useful as an ally than a corpse.
A bribe, then?
No, he already makes far too much coin to betray his masters for money. The man's name is Mr. Tuchet. He's the governor's personal secretary, quite comfortable with his position.
And Kensington still got to him.
Actually, he did not, and therein lies our opportunity. He can be quite useful in undermining Kensington. I can persuade him to do so. I just need you to make him more receptive to my offer.
All right. But if he won't take a bribe and you don't want him killed...
A sure way to any man is through his vices. My spies tell me Tuchet has been a regular guest at a rather well-known, albeit discreet, establishment in Bridgeton. A place full of, fallen women. I believe you know it quite well.
Everyone knows about Maria's. I know the place and the owner.
I know you do, Christopher. Hence the plan.
I hate to disappoint you, but he won't be the first one caught visiting the girls there. I'll bet his friends already know. Hell, they probably use Maria's girls themselves. Maybe they'll upset his wife, but I don't think it'll make him work with us.
I have no doubt of that. But you see, Mr. Tuchet, disgusting man that he is, has very, particular tastes when it comes to his whores. Young, with cropped hair, flat-chested.
So?
I've learned much more, and most of it is vile. I'll spare you, but the point is this. Mr. Tuchet seems to prefer men to women.
Ah, I see.
Indeed, and buggery is a capital offense. Due to his high position, Mr. Tuchet would probably end up beheaded rather than hanged. But I doubt he would enjoy either. I hear he's found male prostitutes before, but so far he hasn't requested one at your friend's establishment. Yet.
And? How do we catch him with one?
I have faith in you, Christopher. With your friend running the brothel, I know you can arrange something for Mr. Tuchet. Afterwards, give him this letter. I'm sure he will seek me out once he reads it, lest his actions reach the governor's ears.
Well, I think it could be arranged.
I had no doubt. May God's hand guide you, especially in that den of sin into which you descend.
I'm pretty sure I could handle that. But it's not going to be free.
Ah, yes. I don't expect your friend will do this out of the goodness of her heart, will she? Fortunately, I know how to speak her language. I presume this will be enough to convince her?
I'll do what I can. Well, first time I've hunted an old pervert. What's in here? Ugh.
Let none of the wind spill, men.
Right away,
Blast it skyward. Get a hold of yourselves. Make the devil himself, our men. Trim the sail. Now. Bloody freaking hell. Move it. Move it. Get your knickers in a twist, ladies. Ready the Stand your grounds, you cowards. Right cannons away. Aye, Captain. The Suuup harvested. Time to see what you're made of, man.
Raven, I'm Maria's supplier. She said that you could help me. For a price, of course.
That woman. All right. What do you want?
She can be a handful, I know. Some would-be whoremaker has kidnapped some of my ladies and is selling their services out at the harbour. I heard no one could beat you in a fight, so I thought you might be able to get rid of him for me.
Right here in our very streets. I'm going to make you an We must strike this pestilence from our
If you pay up front, I'll consider.
What?
Just give me the money and I'm.
Friends and neighbors, I come to you today under the gravest of
This may be. Nitwit.
Back already? Don't you...
Ha!
Hey there, mate. You looking to have a good time? I got some real cheap whores.
I know most of the girls around here. Where did these new girls come from?
Oh, come now, friend. You can't possibly know every girl in town.
Well, I know enough of them, especially since these are all Maria's girls.
Hey, what are you trying to say? These girls came with me willingly. Are you calling me a thief?
I couldn't give a damn about the whores, but their handler paid me to get rid of you.
Wait! I can pay you more.
You'll need these girls to turn a lot of tricks before you can even come close to matching the offer that I've got. You're not good enough to kill me. Come on! What's in here?
Ha!
Oof.
Have you dealt with him yet?
He's dead, but you're going to have to buy the whores back from me.
What? That wasn't part of the deal.
Either you buy them from me or I give them to my crew for free. They could use the fund.
Fine. I'll pay.
Cannot let this go on. We must implore the governor to do something about this mess. We cannot walk around scared, friend.
A hunting we will go, a hunting we will go.
Not animals.
You read my mind. We
Depends on what you're...
a pack of rats, so to speak.
And you want my help?
You think I can't hunt those or...
The governor and demand that he do something about this menace. Friends, we must strike down prostitution from our streets. No women.
What's this?
There, right now! Peddling their filth.
Christopher, what a pleasant surprise. We have no business to take care of. Could it be you've come for pleasure?
Not for me, but I want to arrange something for a friend.
How generous of you. Send him over. I'll be sure to take care of him. Does he want anything in particular?
He's actually one of your regulars. I need you to find him something special the next time he comes in.
All right, Chris. What are you playing at? Who are we talking about? And why isn't he the one telling me all this?
His name is Tuchet. He's the governor's secretary.
Chris, this ends here. Being discreet is how I keep this business going, and I'm not going to...
Come on, Maria, you know what he likes. I need you to give him the real thing, not a girl made to look like one. And once he's done, I'd like to have a word with him.
Are you insane? You think I'm going to let you blackmail a customer? I never even discuss my customers, especially not one of his standing, and certainly not with you. Goodbye, Christopher.
Would this convince you?
What's in there? Lead?
Something heavier.
Well, it might help. No, it's impossible. My customers know that everything that happens here stays here. I can't afford to lose anyone's trust, and I especially can't afford to earn the wrath of someone like Tuchet. How do you even know him anyway?
Don't worry about that. And you're not going to lose anyone's trust. Tuchet is going to end up making a powerful friend. He just doesn't know it yet. All I need is a little leverage to push him in the right direction.
We're not talking about you, Chris, are we? All right. Who is this friend? Deep pockets and exclusive information. Doesn't sound much like your usual crowd.
I can tell you he's influential. He also knows people high up in the church. Haven't the preachers been complaining about you long enough?
Are you saying he could make things easier for me?
I'm saying his influence is only going to keep growing. I'm giving you a good hand here, Maria. Play it right and you can forget about small-timers like Tuchet. We're going to turn him into my friend's puppet and yours.
All right. I'll take the gamble. But just what you've asked for. He's only been getting girls here, made up to look like boys. I don't deal in boys. It's not worth the heat. Even Gus has stopped offering them over at the Flamingo, and you know him. He'd bend over himself if you paid him enough. I can arrange the meeting for Tuchet, but I don't have the dish.
I guess I don't need to ask if you know where to find one.
Legally, of course not. But the hawks are known to hunt their prey in a few spots. There's an alley by the church where chickens can be found. Mostly at night, but you're bound to find some by day, too.
By the church?
Last place you look.
I can think of a quick...
Careful, Chris. Some of these boys really like dangerous, mysterious men. They might...
I'm not in the mood to joke.
Who's joking? I'm just...
Can't one of your girls...
That might attract the wrong kind of attention. Unlike...
And having a boy whore in here with Tuchet?
In here...
Fine. Get everything ready here. I'm off to...
First time in...
How are you today? We must do something about the... The amount of taverns in this city. Drunks roaming about, causing fights, causing mischief. This cannot go on, friends. Please, can you spare something for me, sir?
Good day. Good day.
La cucaracha, ya no puede caminar.
Last I came, I'm so hungry. Very hungry. Scrap of bread, sir.
Hey. You hooded ones are always... Well? Do I need to start?
Here, take this. It's all I could...
Psst. Do you have a mo...
What is it?
Not so loud.
Okay.
Look, I'd better get to the point quickly.
Why don't you ask?
I don't want...
Well...
I could...
Sorry.
Wait, there's a rich man in the city.
You wouldn't last...
But...
You're a damn fool.
Look,
Hello, Mr. Stevenson.
My word, John, you look ravishing.
Why, thank you, sir. I do try. Speaking of which, are you here to try something new, perhaps?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
Sir, that man, is he with you?
Oh, God. Why, I've no idea where the place is, young man. I really must be going now. Goodbye. I don't know any...
Who's asking if you...
I don't know any...
Get out of my...
Sir?
It's your lucky day, boy. Consider yourself hired.
Oh, thank you, sir. But I'm not looking to join with any ship now. I always get so seasick.
You know what I'm talking about. And this'll pay better than the old perverts around here will.
Sir, the gentleman was merely asking for directions.
Yeah, and I know where those directions would have led him. I'm hiring you to entertain a rich friend of mine.
Sir, what you are talking about is a crime. And if I were the kind of person who would do what you're describing well, how would I know you aren't trying to set me up? I've never seen you around here before. Not that I am one of those people, mind you.
Ever heard of Maria's brothel? You'll be putting on your little performance there.
But pardon me, that establishment is ladies only. I mean, for ladies only.
And today you'll be entertaining a very special customer there.
I simply don't understand, sir.
You'll get the details at Maria's. All you need to know right now is you'll be getting 4 times as much as you'd be getting turning tricks in this alleyway. It'll be safer, too.
Are you telling the truth, sir?
Come on, hurry up, and you won't be sorry.
buy me a meal. Please, I'm so hungry. Hey there. Animals fornicating with men, and men fornicating with animals. It is just disgusting. It's bad enough that these.
Hey there.
Here he is, Maria.
Well, I can tell he's not a customer. All right. Step aside, Christopher. I'll take care of the rest. This calls for a woman's touch. He's a pretty boy, but making him into an attractive girl will require a few tricks.
I'd rather not know.
Just know I'm earning every coin in that pouch you brought. We'll have him ready soon, just in time for Tuchet to show up. Feel free to wait. Just don't interrupt us.
Just remember.
Welcome, sir. It's an honor to see you again.
Yes, yes. I assume everything is ready?
It is, sir. In fact, I have a surprise for you that I think you will enjoy very much. A very unique one just for you.
Oh, what kind of surprise?
Something fit for those with certain tastes. Something you will only find here. Discreet, as always, and more than worth your time. If you could just take a look, sir, the surprise is waiting in this room. I know you'll love it.
Really now? Well, let's see it then.
Just follow me, sir.
Hey there.
Welcome, sir. They call me Joan. I'm here for your entertainment.
Oh, my. Madam, this is too much. How did you...
I knew you'd enjoy the surprise, sir. I shall leave you alone for now.
Yes. Go about your business.
You have to pay to play, darling.
But that's all right, man. You really don't have to pay me nothing. I'll do you for free.
Oh, I always get the worst blokes.
You have truly outdone yourself today, mistress.
I'm glad our surprise has met with your approval, sir.
Thank you, madame. Thank you ever so much. I shall be returning far more often now.
Those big, strong arms. They sure are.
We must band together, citizens. We must band together to fight. This piracy, this menace.
And who might you be? Do I know you?
You don't. But I know you. And I know the boy you just spent some time with, too.
What? Oh, you? How? How dare you accuse me of such things? Roger, remove this ruffian from my sight.
Get your grubby mitts off the master, you lowlife, or I'll...
Do something about this mess. We cannot walk around scared.
Oh, God! Help! Help!
Do you really want to call for the guard? We both know what happens to perverts, Mr. Tuchet.
You? You have no proof. No proof of those filthy lies.
I have the boy.
A filthy street urchin. Who would believe a lowlife like him? A pair of lowlifes.
Enough people will, Mr. Tuchet. You need to be smart about this. Even the rumors alone would be bad for your reputation. Don't you agree? A man of your station? A disgusting, lecherous pervert?
All right. In God's name, what do you want? Why are you doing this?
Relax. I'm not here to out you. In fact, I'm here to help you make a new friend. He can make all this go away. You just need to talk to him.
What? Who is that man? Did this new friend of mine arrange all this?
Watch your mouth and remember who you're talking to. Read this.
God in heaven! Avery! This is his doing!
You're a smart man for a pervert. Now shut up and go do what you're told.
This isn't just about that foolish war between him and Kensington, is it? Is this his attempt to get close to the Patriarchs? How does he expect me to help? Am I to be a pawn in this insane obsession of his?
Just go talk to the man.
Wait a moment. You've no idea what I mean, do you? He sent you here, but you don't even know why, do you?
What about it?
The Patriarchs! That's what this is about. About Avery wanting to take Kensington's place among them.
Who the hell are the Patriarchs?
You don't know? Well, you wouldn't. That's the measure of their power, that only those at the top know of them. Of course, most of them are the top.
Okay, it's a group of rich men, so what?
A group of rich guys? Huh! That's like saying there's some water in the ocean. These men make the rich look like beggars. They have their fingers in every pie in the West Indies. They're only a small group of men, but they own half of these islands. They have the ears of the judges, the governors, even the royal court.
Anything this despicable.
So what does this have to do with Avery and Kensington?
Kensington has been one of them for several years. Avery is desperate to join their ranks. They could vote him in, but Kensington would never allow that.
Vote him in?
That's what they do. One must be noticed, invited, and then voted in. And it takes quite a lot just for them to notice you, believe me.
So you've got to be rich to become a patriarch. What's the point then?
What's the point of having a ship full of gold when you already have a room full of it? Becoming a patriarch it's just more than anything you imagine. It's like being a mere merchant one day and then being crowned king. There's nothing these men are not able to accomplish in the Caribbean when they're together. Nothing.
That's why Avery and Kensington hate each other?
No. They've been at each other's throats for a long time. They've hated each other for years. Kensington was in financial trouble at some point, and Avery moved in. He bought some properties of Kensington's, and it looked like he was about to become a truly influential man. But then, somehow, Kensington bounced back and overtook Avery again.
How did Kensington become a patriarch and Avery didn't? Avery seems pretty damn rich to me.
They were both rich. The Patriarchs had been watching them for some time. Rumor has it that Kensington sucked up to one of them, was invited, and voted in before Avery. Then he started blocking Avery's access to them.
How?
With the Patriarchs, everything has to be decided by a unanimous vote, or it doesn't happen. You can imagine that with Kensington in there would always be at least one vote that Avery could never get, and that's all it takes. He's been trying to undermine Avery ever since.
Then these patriarchs are against Avery.
No, they're neutral for the most part. But of course they support Kensington as one of their own. Supposedly, Kensington wanted Avery dealt with, but that's not the Patriarch way. Extreme measures are only taken in dire situations. The Patriarchs thrive on secrecy, and assassinations draw attention.
So why doesn't Avery just kill Kensington?
The same goes for him. The Patriarchs are, well, they're a different breed of men. If they found Avery to be in improper standing, he'd never get a chance to join. Even without Kensington blocking him. Avery can't afford to strike at Kensington either.
So Avery and Kensington are trying to cut each other down quietly.
In a way, Kensington has the greater advantage. Avery is a very powerful man, but the Patriarch's floor is his ceiling. The Patriarchs might not be against him, but Kensington is. They would have probably accepted him by now if it weren't for Kensington. He is the only thing standing in Avery's way, but Avery can't hit him openly, or they'll lock him out forever.
Well, they both survived so far.
I even thought that Avery had finally given up. I should have known better. He's been scheming the whole time. Typical. The man is a snake in the grass.
You seem to know a hell of a lot about these things.
Do you think the man I work for is just a governor? You think he would have become one without the support of a few friends? Like a round table of friends who vote?
And you don't care about me knowing all this?
If you can keep this small, vice of mine quiet, I don't mind anything. I can afford this to come out. It's hardly the kind of thing I could have swept under the rug. I'm not a patriarch.
All right, just go talk to Avery and this will all go away.
I will, but the man is playing a dangerous game. His obsession with becoming a patriarch will cost him one day.
They're up there right now, peddling their filth and their sin, preying on the weaknesses of men. We cannot let this go on, dear friends. We cannot. We mustn't.
Full of coppers, anything.
We have an obligation to this city of goodness.
Good day.
Give her all you got. I always unfurl them. Move it! Rum aplenty for you brave souls once we're sure. I haven't Aim lower. Lower, I said. Damn it! By the way, boys. Yes, yes, sailor. By the way, sir. Change yourself, right? God help us!
Guess you need your...
No one beats my prices. Come and see for yourself.
Hat, sir.
Cut the bullshit.
Bless you.
Come and see what I have in stock today.
Shall we trade?
Friend, got some coin to spend.
Look no
Why not
further.
see what I have in stock?
Don't go spending your
Cheap
hard
prices, quality goods, right here.
Anything.
Friend, got some coin to spend? Why not see what I have in stock?
Anything.
Ah.
Success?
Yeah. You had me followed again?
No. God has gifted me with an above-average talent to read men, the way you stand, your expression. It is a trait I value quite highly.
Good for you. Do you need me to tell you what happened, or did God already fill you in?
I surmise that Mr. Tuchet will be paying me a visit shortly. As to any other details, I would expect you to tell me anything pertinent.
That arrangement better start going both ways. I don't like being kept in the dark, Avery.
I've already told you there are many events falling into place in many different ways. You need only be concerned with the tasks I assign you. Leave the details to me.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your little scheme to get in close with the Patriarchs.
Mr. Tuchet. He does talk, doesn't he?
Enough for me to know this isn't just a small detail. Did you really think you could keep this a secret from me?
Christopher, you would have found out within 2 more steps of our plan. There are parts that you will and must know. You are simply going to find out about them later.
Once I was in too deep to walk away?
Christopher, you truly are much more than a run-of-the-mill pirate. I knew I would do well to hire you.
You didn't hire me. I'm working with you. And let me make this clear. I don't give a damn about your rich man's games, your pompous patriarch bullshit, or this feud with Kensington. But I don't like being kept in the dark. It makes me angry.
Fair enough, Christopher. As I said, you would have found out soon enough, but I understand your concern. There are no more surprises planned. On that, you have my word.
Right. So what now?
Now I shall await Mr. Tuchet's arrival. Meanwhile, you can proceed to the next part of the plan.
Just who are they? The Patriarchs, I mean.
In the simplest of terms, a group of men with considerable influence who have banded together to influence matters in the West Indies.
And in less simple terms?
God has given a shepherd to every flock. Some shepherds lead 1 flock, others more. Some shepherds can lead 100 flock across 100 islands.
So it's a group of rich men who formed a little club to get things done, and you want to join them. That what you're trying to say?
Ah, Christopher, you might as well describe the finest Grand Cru as a drink.
So without the Patriarchs, Kensington is dead in the water.
Without them, he would be little more than a dubious tradesman. Remember the 3 trees. The Patriarch's influence is vital to each of them. Kensington's good standing with them is what keeps his trees standing. The point of all this is to strip him of the Patriarch's support, and by the time that happens, he will have been stripped of a great many other things as well.
These Patriarchs, should I be expecting a war against them?
No, nothing like that. The Patriarchs do not form attachments to anything but power. They will not fight for Kensington once he's no longer of any use to them. They are men of the mind, men of business. They observe and calculate. That's another reason why Kensington has never belonged among their numbers.
So how did he get in?
He managed to impress a recently deceased patriarch in his usual underhanded manner, and in turn the old fool supported his candidacy. Kensington played him perfectly.
How long has Kensington been with the Patriarchs?
No. Several years now. What matters is that he should never have been voted in the first place.
There are probably more perks to being a Patriarch than just getting a fancy name.
Let me put this in sailors' terms, Christopher. Imagine that your ship could suddenly gain admission to any port in the world immediately, as if by magic. This is the kind of power the Patriarchs possess.
Sounds worth the trouble.
More than worth it, Christopher.
So how do you become a Patriarch?
One must be a man of high standing. A man of great influence. A true Patriarch.
And have their unanimous support?
Indeed. And but for one pus-filled boil, I would have had that long ago.
Are any of the other Patriarchs your enemy?
No, Christopher. Some are still Kensington's close allies, but that is a different matter altogether. And it will soon change.
One more thing. Marie expects a little help for the part she played in your little scheme. I told her you'd get the church to leave her to run her business without any more interference. I expect you to have it done.
You've promised something to that low harlot, and you expect me to help her? To have pity on a succubus incarnate?
I'm not one to read the Bible, but didn't Jesus forgive the whores?
Fair point, Christopher. And an astute observation. Yes. Yes, that is the duty of a Christian, isn't it? To forgive, to love one's neighbor as oneself. I believe this may be a good thing. To help one lower than yourself, even a fallen Jezebel such as she. Christopher, you continue to surprise me. I shall bring this up with my friend, the bishop. Your Magdalene will be rewarded for her assistance.
So what do we do next?
A fine day, Christopher. Made even better by a delivery I've just received. Crates of the finest produce available. Already safe at my plantation. After all, I can't afford to let it sit on the docks spoiling in the sun.
Salt can help with that.
I know that. Do you think Kensington does? A shipload of his spices and sugar is due to sail to London tomorrow.
Sugar and spices don't spoil. What's your point?
But food does. And most commoners would hardly know that much. In their minds, spices are simply another type of food that could go bad from sitting out. Or in this case, with a little help.
I'm not following you.
Speaking of help, my kitchen staff has been having problems with rats recently. They use poison on the vermin, the same kind they use on ships. Odorless and supposedly tasteless. Though I'm not sure what unfortunate soul was forced to come to that conclusion. And there's plenty of poison left over. As a captain, you're welcome to help yourself. And use it anywhere you find it's needed.
Ah, I think I get your meaning.
I'm sure you do, Christopher. Your thoughts?
Sounds like Kensington is about to have some problems with his supplies.
And should that happen, how could he ever look the people of London in the eyes again? For that matter, how many of them would ever purchase his goods again, I wonder?
Ha!